What is going on, everyone? Auto Endeavors here, coming back at you with another video today. Today we're taking a look at one of the very first lifted Ford Mavericks. So without further ado, let's dive right on in. So it's already happened. People have already done it. It's already been achieved. People have added a lift kit to the Ford Maverick, the infamous mini pickup truck released by Ford. Now the question is, what all is this truck capable of as far as lift kits and customization and things of that nature is concerned? Well, as we can see here, this is a real photo. This has not been photoshopped or anything like that. This is a real photo of a lifted Maverick. It's lifted with about 1.5 inch lift kit, and it has some beefier off-road tires that have been added to it. Now, it definitely gives it a unique and interesting look as far as the truck is concerned. You definitely can't get one like this from the factory, at least not as of late. But nevertheless, it begs the question, what all can you do with this truck? How much can you lift it and things of that nature? In a little while, we're going to go take a look at an article discussing that very topic, but I just wanted to discuss a little bit about it with you all today. So it's definitely interesting that this truck has already been lifted and beefier tires have already been added to a model of this truck. And it definitely gives it a unique and interesting look. As we can see here from the side view, it's a little bit higher off the ground. The tires give it a little bit more ground clearance as well. And you might be able to do a little bit more with this Maverick rather than a stock Maverick from the factory. But some individuals, and I would say most individuals who end up lifting their truck and adding bigger tires, a lot of times are just doing it because they like the look of it. It's as simple as that. Some people do actually use their trucks off-road for camping and things of that nature, but many people just like the look and they just go the extra mile with their own personal vehicle. Now, how much can you lift this truck? Well, we know, and we've known for a while, that this truck is a unibody style truck. And so what does that mean? That means it's going to be very similar to other models of pickup trucks that are made in unibody form, such as the Honda Ridgeline, in that you'll only be able to lift it so much off the ground. This is a huge difference between this truck and a body-on-frame style truck, such as the Ford F-150 and Super Duties and things of that nature, in that because the body and the frame are separate components, you have the ability to lift much higher than one that is all built into sort of one piece. Now, the unibody frame has its pros and cons, but many people prefer the body-on-frame styling for off-road rugged trucks. But nevertheless, the Maverick, with its smaller lift kit and a little bit bigger tires, does make it an overall more capable vehicle. And it definitely gives it some interesting styling cues for sure. It definitely gives it a better sort of look, so to speak, especially if that's the look that you are going for, a more rugged look. But nonetheless, this truck is proving to be more and more capable and more customizable friendly as the days go on and as we learn more about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at the article discussing this very truck and some of the features and some of the things of that nature. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, everyone. So this article is done by an individual known as Caleb Jacobs over at theiDrive.com. I will be linking this article in the description down below for your viewing pleasure. But basically what Caleb Jacobs has to say is, I know I'll get angry comments and emails for calling the unibody Ford Maverick a real truck, but that's okay. I've driven it and yes, even towed with it. So I can confidently say it's worth the pickup title. And while it shares a platform with the humble Bronco Sport, that's actually good news for its off-road credentials. Likewise, that means aftermarket support is steadily flooding in, taking this lifted Maverick on knobby 32-inch tires as proof. So the Maverick we were just looking at, it is confirmed that it has 32-inch tires underneath it, which is pretty interesting and pretty fascinating. It's also interesting that this shares a model with the Bronco Sport, meaning that because the Bronco Sport has been out for a decent amount of time, many of the parts may prove to be very similar or interchangeable completely. So basically, this lift kit from Ford Ranger Lifts raises the all-wheel drive Maverick 2 inches with plans for slightly smaller 1.5-inch lift later on. So it's a 2-inch lift kit, and it costs $525 from Ford Ranger Lifts. There's enough room there for bigger rubber like the 255/75R17 seen here. One has to imagine this makes the Maverick a fairly capable off-roader, especially when you pair it with the FX4 package that includes monotube suspension, dampers, hill descent control, and multiple driving modes for sand, snow, mud, and so on. So, it's a 2-inch lift. It's got about 32-inch tires underneath it, and it is showing that this truck, with just a little bit of modification, can be even more capable than it was from the factory. It's definitely interesting stuff to look at and kind of ponder about how capable this truck is. It'll be interesting to see when they put it to the real test, fully modded and fully customized to the max. Down here it says, it's worth noting that you won't see front-wheel drive hybrid Maverick riding high on this kit. It's made specifically for all-wheel drive models. So that is sort of an unfortunate fact in that if you get the front-wheel drive model of the pickup truck, you will not be able to add this lift kit on your truck, which are exclusively powered by the 2.0-liter EcoBoost turbo 4-cylinder. That engine's 250 horsepower and 275 pound-feet, better suited for turning larger tires anyhow. The cons would outweigh the pros with the lifted hybrid, considering that variant's biggest benefit is fuel economy, and this would definitely impact that in a bad way. When someone figures out how to get 42 miles per gallon in the city from a lifted truck, please do hit me up. And that is one of the sad things about lifting your truck, is fuel economy really goes kind of in the trash. It's an unfortunate side effect of lifting and bigger tires. The lift utilizes 2-inch strut spacers up front made for 1/4-inch laser-cut steel plating. Out back, there are 1.25-inch steel coil spacers and 1-inch subframe drop spacers, plus trailing arm spacers to retain the factory geometry. Ford Ranger lifts recommends 245/65R17 or 245/60R18 tires, though it'll fit 245/70R17s and 255/75R17s, 255/60R18s, or 245/70R18s, with some trimming to the fender plastics and firewall pinch weld. Most Maverick drivers will leave their trucks alone. If anything, they're more likely to lower them than lift them. Likely, we've seen already. Still, it's cool to see one modified like this. I wouldn't mind one for myself if I had a couple of ATVs to haul around. And that is a great point to make, is that this will probably not be the common modification to these trucks. I mentioned in a previous video that mini truck culture is sort of reviving itself, so most of these will more likely be lowered than they will be lifted. But there will be some individuals who do want to lift their Maverick, and it's looking like the lift kits are already coming to the market for this pickup truck for sure already. So with all that being said, I appreciate everyone for stopping by and checking out the video today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like the idea of a lifted Maverick? Do you more like the idea of a lowered Maverick? Are you the type of person who just leaves your car alone and you just buy it from the factory and just drive it how it came? I'd love to hear all of that in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with future updates on the Auto Endeavors channel. And with all that being said, until next time, we'll see y'all.